Stop record. Speech off.
Hey guys, I hope you're having a fantastic Friday evening. I am coming at you with another video, and this is my Q&A video part 1. So definitely going to keep this short and sweet because I have this goal of 100 videos by May 31st, 2021, and this would be number 55, right? Yes, because after this I need to make 45 more videos. So yeah, guys, getting it done. Today's Friday, May 21st, and I have definitely been enjoying vlogging. I really didn't get anything today because I focused on recording more. So yeah, but I'll get some stuff tomorrow for sure, for the last day of the week in the life. But yeah, let's get started on my Q&A video. So the first question is, was I born with visual impairment, or how did I become visually impaired? Okay, so I do have a video on my story if you want like more details and everything. It's called Fighting Blindness, and there's another one called Can You Imagine, and they're about 6 years ago. So definitely, if you want more detailed play for play, I will definitely recommend to watch those videos. But how did I become visually impaired? It actually was due to a car accident. It was a Friday night, about a little after 9 p.m. I was driving on the highway, and some college kids were racing, going the opposite way on the opposite side of the highway, and they lost control of their vehicles and flipped over on my side of the freeway, hit head on with the people in front of me, and I was a part of the domino effect. Now, I did not know when I hit the van that was in front of me that I actually had knocked myself out, or was knocked out by the impact. So I had hit my head on the steering wheel and the front windshield. Thankfully, I had my seatbelt on, so that kept me from going on out the window. And when I came to, I was mashing on the brakes towards the middle of the highway. So I just kept thinking like, wow, where did this blue van come from? And when I got out of the car, I wore glasses. So my glasses were kind of twisted in the back seat, under the seat. And when I got out the car, I looked at my car like, oh my gosh, my mom's gonna kill me. And the ambulance was there, and I'm thinking in my mind, dang, they're fast, but not knowing they were already headed that way for the much larger situation. But they're like, okay, we're gonna get you to the hospital, and I'm just like, oh no, I'm not going. There's nothing wrong with me. Now they're looking at my face like, what are you talking about? But I had no idea that I had an impact, and they escorted me off the highway with the police, where there was a witness that had told me where the blue van came from. And at the time, I didn't know anything about anything else, so the police were just, getting me off safely. My mom arrived. She was upset. She was looking at me, like disapprovingly, and I'm just thinking she's upset like I totaled my car. So I'm just like, oh, but not knowing she's looking at my face. So she's like, I'm taking you to the hospital. I'm like, wow, why? But I'm just thinking she's just doing that because she just wants to make sure I'm okay, not knowing my face is looking crazy. And it's like when you're in an accident, the amount of adrenaline that's surging through your body, you can't feel anything. So, I get to the hospital, the doctor's having me follow his finger from left to right, up and down. He's like, okay, you're going to be fine. You're going to be in a lot of pain tomorrow. And here's some Tylenol. Here's a prescription for that. and I'm thinking like, no, I'm not, I'm fine. And I laid in the bed for a couple of days. So that next day, I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't cross my arms over my chest. I couldn't take a deep breath. I couldn't laugh. Like, I was like, ooh. And I did have a burning feeling on my hip, which I found a nice cut up my hip from the seatbelt, slicing into me, restraining me. So on Sunday, I was like ready to get out the bed, like, I'm sick of this. And I happened to go look at myself in the mirror and I scared myself because I look like Predator. I mean, it was purples and reds and greens and blues, like just pulsating through my face all over. I had huge black eyes. It was so frightening. And I wish somebody had said to me, like, but they thought that I knew. I had no idea. So I just, as soon as I looked at myself, I just turned away from my own reflection so quickly. And I never looked at myself again for months. I never looked myself in the eye again for months. That's how scared I was of what I saw and how unprepared I was for what I saw in the mirror. So after that, I played in the band. I played in the band a tenor saxophone. Is my senior year of high school, and I had been getting ready for college, my freshman year of college. And so when I went to band practice and would be going to play my music, the notes would be dancing around on the paper, and I would like be really hard for me to focus. And even those first few weeks when I was waiting, this is back in the day when you had to go to the eye doctor and wait 2-3 weeks to get glasses returned to you, ready for you to wear. So even with that, before the accident, I used to could still get by because I could get closer to the board if I needed to, or read somebody else's notes. I could still read my book, just get by. But after the accident, I just noticed like how difficult it was for me to see things, and like centrally, it was like something was kind of missing. It was so microscopic, though I couldn't quite put my finger on it. But I just kept thinking, oh, it's these black eyes. Once this heals up, everything will be okay. And I really and truly, I know now that I should have gone back to the hospital and had them drain the fluid out of my eyes, because it caused the pressures in my eyes to skyrocket, thus strangling the optical nerve and causing the visual impairment. So this led into central vision impairment, optical nerve damage, traumatic glaucoma, and a variety of eye conditions that just decreased my visual field. And it started from centrally out. So my peripheral vision initially was perfect. It was great. But the central vision to look straight ahead was the problem. And so anyway, I had black eyes for a good 4 to 6 weeks. And then from there, I resumed life, but it was definitely altered. And I started college going blind. I remember my stress level was so high that I would have times where my visual field was like a foggy day. And it was nothing that I could do to shake that fog other than to start working out. Like, I became a runner in college because I was taking so many different herbs and things to detox my body, trying to figure out what is going on with my eyes. But it just helped me balance out the stress and balance out, clear that visual field, that fog. But sometimes I would have a rush of colors that would take over my entire visual field, and it would be like bright electric blue and red shooting across my eyes all of a sudden. I could be walking upstairs and that would just happen. And over time, it got really difficult to see the difference between stairs and, like, walking up the stairs were great. I got that and it was well defined, but coming down the stairs, everything just blurred together. And I remember going through a whole year like that, like just trying to figure out like what is going on and waiting for this to stop, waiting for my eyesight to kick back in and for this to regulate itself. And ultimately, I was in a hotel in Chicago, and I was going down a white porcelain staircase that spiraled downwards, and I could not differentiate the stairs, and I slipped off of one and slipped off a couple more, and thankfully I was right next to the banister, and I have really good reflexes. I was able to wrap my arm around that banister, but everyone was screaming, and other women had kind of grabbed me too, but at the same time we're all walking, so it's like all of us don't want to get the falling down the stairs, but we just praise God that it stopped. And I had told my mom right then and there, like, something's really wrong, like I can't tell the difference between these stairs, and when I'm looking you straight in the face right now, there's like a shadow over your face, and I can't differentiate. Like, I can't see your features, your eyes, unless I looking straight in your face. I can't see your features in your face. And so that's when we went on to Dean McGee Eye Institute in Oklahoma City, and I went through a series of tests, and they said, this is what you got going on, and you're going blind. Very devastating moment in my life. And so, that's the answer to that question. No, I wasn't born with visual impairment, and that's how it started. Um, and it's just crazy how your whole life you imagine, it going one way. At least for me, it's like since I was like 10, I'm like, I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be a baby doctor was my thing, an obstetrician. And I mean, doing every single thing to live the dream. Started at 15, working towards the dream and getting a health science program that allowed me to work in hospitals and clinics and the VA, occupational therapy, like all these different facets of health, so that I would be mentally prepared. Like when I graduated, I had 32 hours of biology going into college because I knew I was going to medical school, and that was just the bottom line. After working in obstetrics, then it was Presbyterian Hospital, but now it's OU Medical. I was working under Dr. Schipple, and hey, Dr. Schipple, if you are watching this, you remember me, but that was like a monumental moment working with him, because I had no idea, never thought about one time when those not so happy births, when it's the HIV positive children, when it's babies that are stillborn or missing limbs, hearing impaired, visually impaired, mobility impaired, Down syndrome, mentally impaired. Like, I never even thought about this one single time. And then having to be the one to share that with the parent, it was heartbreaking. And my heart goes out, and my prayers go out to every person in the unit, in the obstetric unit, that does that day after day, connecting with parents and their heartache. And I mean, I couldn't do it. I was like, no, I cannot be the first one to see this and share this. It's gut-wrenching. And so I was like, well, you know what? Let me go into pediatrics, because I love children, and I don't care what their condition is. I can take care of anybody's baby. I just don't want to be the first one. Like, I can't be the first contact like that. So from there, I decided, okay, pediatrics it is, and focused wholeheartedly on that. So I'm just knowing, that's what it is. I've already gotten into college. When I was in my car accident, I had already been accepted to college, already received several scholarships. I was already getting banned. Like, my whole life was set. August was coming around the corner, and I was going to be at college. doing my thing, living my dreams, and I was gonna eat those 4 years, get into med school, eat those 4 years, do my 2 years interning, and be a doctor at 27. I started college at 17. It was nothing else that I was going to do. That was it. I had a plan A, no B. That's it. No settling. And life had thrown me a great big monkey wrench. So I lost a part of myself on that freeway, really and truly. And it's taken forever to get her back. And I don't know. Like, to this day, I'm like, it's like, all things are purposeful and all of it works for the good of them who love the Lord. I know that it's the truth. Because my mindset on health and healing was totally different than what it is today. And the mindset that I had then would have not been the doctor that I am purposed to be now, and the doctor that people need now is not, it's nowhere near. I had no idea health was a business. Never once looked at it as the medical field is a business first, and it's ran by capitalism first. Never understood that, never thought that way, never. And so, me, connecting with people, giving them a diagnosis, giving them medication, and sending them on their way, that made sense back then. Like, okay, cool. But it didn't, because at the meanwhile, I'm running for charities, fundraising and racing for the cure. And I'm a part of all these other community outreach, because I'm believing that, yes, we're going to crack the code on this, not because it's a $1 trillion industry. You see what I'm saying? But over time, when I became the patient and I became a part of this race for the cure in a whole nother level, and never getting it and never finding it, but exhausting of myself spiritually, emotionally, financially, mentally, in every capacity, right? That's when the game got real, and that's when you start stretching yourself for more. Like, okay, there's more to this health situation than I ever imagined. And so that's what got me exploring and open to alternative medicines and osteopathic medicine and Eastern medicines, traditional Chinese medicines. Like, that's what got me connected to the source of healing, the movement of healing, the lifestyle of healing, the purpose of healing, the psychology of healing. It changed everything. So all praise to God. He is real, and he is very, very good, and he is thorough, and he is purposeful, and his plan shall be done in each of our lives. However, he needs to manifest it. Whatever you need to go through for God to manifest your purpose and his will for your life, that is exactly what will occur every single time. I feel like once I made peace with my reality, I feel like that's when me, the girl that was left on the highway, that's when she came back. That's when she was resurrected. It's once I made peace, it is what it is. And I'm good with whatever God has for me. And I like it. Matter of fact, I love it. And I'm going to enjoy this ride because God is my captain and I can't lose. I can't lose with him. When I got like that, that's when life got good to me again. And that's truly when I began to live and really connect with others and what they're needing. And what they needed of me was the truth. They needed more, and they needed something they had never experienced before, because they were also exhausted of trying and exploring and waiting on that moment to be healed in the race for the cure to be won, right? So yeah, so that's the answer to that very long question. I know I've gone past my 12 minutes goal. Okay, guys. Earlier I did my video with 16 minutes. I was like, okay, 4 minutes shy there. But yeah, so let me get to the next question. Okay, do I have any children? Am I married? Have I been married? Okay, here we go. Yes, I am a mother of, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, I am a mother of 6. So let's talk about it. I have a 19-year-old wonderful young lady God gifted me almost 20 years ago. And I have a young man who happens to be a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel, and he's 9, and we've been together since he was 3 months. And he'll be 10 in August. I have a young lady named Charlie. She's a cockapoo, a cocker spaniel poodle mix. And she'll actually be 8 this year. She's 7, and she'll be 8 in November 8th. She's a Scorpio. Charles is a Leo. And then I have two turtles. They're red ear slider turtles, and they are in turtle heaven, but they would be 6 this year. And so yeah, I love them. They're amazing. I have to tell you guys about Ish and Ishi on another video, because I'm thinking about getting a couple more. So yeah. And then I have Lola, Princess Lola, and she's 2 years young. She'll be 3 in October. She's actually a Libra Scorpion, but she is a Libra, and she is a Chiweenie. Just absolutely gorgeous, so precious, so loving, always want to give you a kiss and a hug. And she's so tiny. She's like 2 pounds. She's all black with the little white spots all over her, and they're like so fine. And she's just so soft, and everything's so cute. Just want to curl up on your neck all day. I just never knew how much I needed her in my life until I got her. So anyhow, I had absolutely no intentions of becoming a pet mom. All these guys chose me, and so we love each other. My cockapoo, Queen Charlie, she actually has a dad now. She and her dad have been together for like 2 years going on. They met in December of 2019 and fell in love, and so she's with her dad. Pastor Love, thank you so much for loving her. And yeah, so that's where Charlie is. So now I'm down to 3 babies, which is my 19-year-old young lady, and King Charles, and Princess Lola. So yeah, so those are my kiddos. Yes. Okay, so am I married? Have I ever been married? No, I am not married. Yes, I have been married. And yes, I have good feelings about marriage. I value marriage, and I feel that marriage is wonderful. I feel that it is a blessing, and I feel that all those who are married are covered and blessed. And even though it is difficult, it is a wonderful difficult. And so yeah, so okay, so that's that. Where am I from, and am I originally from Georgia? Okay, guys, I am from Southern California, and no, I am not originally from Georgia. And so yeah, I have been enjoying Atlanta, Georgia, and all of its glory over the last few years. And so, okay, so yeah. The next question is, what brought me to Georgia if I am not from Georgia? Okay, let me tell y'all this one real quick. So about it's 2021, you guys. So about 17 years ago, I met this gentleman who happened to be from Albany, Georgia. And he and I were both living in Dallas, Texas at the time. He would always be telling me about Atlanta. So this is like 2004, like January 2004. So he'd always be telling me about Atlanta, Georgia, and how amazing it was and how much he loved his city and everything. And me being a California girl, I never imagined living anywhere outside of Southern California, period. So for me to be living in Texas was like enough. I'd never been east. I'd never gone past Oklahoma, truly. Why? Like, no. So I was like, yeah, that's wonderful. I'm happy you love where you're from. Now, we ended up dating. He happened to be one of the best guys I ever dated. He has a wonderful family and everything like that. And what ended up happening is his job downsized and he moved back home, and I went back to college. And you know how that goes. Well, anyhow, we attempted to do long distance dating, and I ended up going out to Atlanta, Georgia to visit. And so when I came out there, it was like 2005. I was like not impressed at all, but this is me, Southern California girl coming to Georgia. I just really loved his family though. I was like, wow, you have a huge family. You guys really love each other. Like, this is dope. I really appreciated that. And he was just like, Atlanta this, Atlanta that. And I'm just like, all of us love where we're from. That's just our city. But fast forward on that story. So time has gone on. We've gone our separate ways. And I've lost a lot of family members, friends and family. And I've just lost a lot. They're passing away. And it's gotten me in my feelings. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this really sucks. I never saw this day coming where so many of my family members would just pass, boom, 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 boom. And I started thinking like, home is the people. It's not so much the place. I want to go somewhere and be surrounded by some good down home beautiful families and peach cobbler. Like, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna get out of my head and I'm gonna do something that I would never do and just be on an adventure. And so I moved to Atlanta, Georgia. Literally, I loaded everything up in a 22-foot U-Haul truck, got on the road. I had a hotel reservation at the Town Place Suites in Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia, off of Sidney Marcus. And that is all. I mean, I got here on a Sunday in February. I ended up finding about a apartment locator, Pro Moves. Called them, told them my budget, where I was. They happened to find one place that met the description. I went over there. That was like Monday. I went over there on a Monday, looked at it, put the application in. I was moving in there like Tuesday or no later than Wednesday morning. That is how I got to Atlanta, Georgia. And I was super excited. That was the week of Valentine's. That Friday was Valentine's. I will never forget it. And I was moving in my place. It was crazy. It rained like cats and dogs that week. I was like, what kind of rain is this, you guys? But that's how I got to Atlanta. And yeah, it's crazy. Okay, so here's some questions about my hair. The questions are, is this my hair? Did I ever have a perm? Did I transition my hair? What are some protective styles that I use and products that I frequent. Okay, guys, so yes, this is my hair. No, I haven't had a perm. Other than my mom permed about 1/4 of an inch of my edges in junior high. I actually do have a hair Q&A video that answers like a way more, goes into depth, and it shows you like my product and styling tools and all this stuff. But no, I have not gone through the transition as far as going from a perm to natural hair. Sorry for the background. Um no, I haven't done that. I haven't had to go through that. And what are some products? Oh, protective styles. So pretty much in these videos I've been doing with the get ready with me and the hair Q&A, I pretty much show you guys my go-to hairstyles. Like pretty soon, which may be like tomorrow, I'm going to be getting back in the mood to doing my 2 cornrows I like to do, where I just basically make a part down the middle of my head and I oil my hair and I just cornrow down the sides, and then the 2 braids I actually twist them up, and so they're lined up against the cornrow, so they're crossed and each one is lying up against the opposite cornrow. I use a bobby pin, and I keep my hair like that for a very long time. But that's a protective style that I really like, and it's just really easy to do. It takes me like 5 minutes or less to do that style, and it allows me to get my hair really well moisturized and hydrated. It gets me the length. You know, right now the longest strands of hair that I have reach right at the top of my behind area. Some people call that like tailbone length or something. So I really want the rest of my strands to kind of, you know, reach that same area together. So I'll probably be wearing that style for quite a while, probably all the way till my birthday in September. And yeah, so that's a protective style I like. I definitely wear my bonnet like 24/7 if I'm not out and about. If I'm just here or I'm not filming, I will have on my bonnet and my hair will be in a single braid in the bonnet. That's a protective style. Earlier in my get ready with me and on my Instagram, I have my hair in a bun. And that's like a classic protective style that I wear nonstop. So pretty much those are all my protective style secrets. Bun life is real for me. I've had my hair down in this lower ponytail and for a long time now, so I'll actually pull my hair to the top of my head and wear it like that for a while and let the ponytail just flow down, but have the hair pulling more upwards. So I don't use extensions of additional hair. I don't do like multiple cornrow styles anymore. Like, it's rare. Sometimes I'll have my daughter's friend come over here. Her name's Nicole. Hi, Nicole, if you're watching this video. And she'll come over and do some cornrows for me. It'll be like 5 to 7 cornrows, and that's about it. It takes her like 30 minutes. So that's a style I will rock sometimes and put like a few beads at the end. That's a protective style. I like those styles because it's easy to keep the scalp moisturized. I can oil my scalp and I can spray oil sheen in there. I can run some olive oil down those strands in like 2 minutes, less than that, like 30 seconds, 2-3 times a day. And that's what matters to me. I like quick, easy styles that don't require me booking appointments anywhere and going through a whole lot to take it down. So those are my protective styles. Products that I frequent. So I use If You Can Eat It, I'm down for it. So olive oil from the kitchen, avocado oil from the kitchen, grapeseed oil from the kitchen. I'm down for that. I like carrot oil, definitely. I do the hot six oil, the main choice growth oil. I do the As I Am olive and tea tree oil scalp treatment blend. I'm down for that all day. The coconut blue magic, and I did say blue magic coconut. I do the double buttercream by As I Am. Definitely enjoy that, and I mix that with my oil. And so those are products that I'm loyal to, that I use multiple times a day, every day. I'm trying to think, what other hair product do I care about? I love all things leave-in conditioner. Anything thick and creamy that's saying it's gonna hydrate, moisturize, lengthen, strengthen. Anything that talks like that, that's gonna infuse products into the hair shaft, hair follicle, anything like that, then I'm with it. I was using like Paul Mitchell's tea tree line. I was using the Biolage. They had a conditioning balm that's super thick. I like that. And anything that has to be rinsed out, I will use it like a shampoo, but more so I will use it like a deep conditioner. So like the conditioner that comes with the shampoo is like, I skip the shampoo altogether, take the conditioner, use it as my shampoo, and then turn around and use that as my deep conditioner as well. So I'll leave it in my hair for hours. Like, do it at the top of the day, go finish washing clothes, cleaning up the house, putting my errand list together, like whatever, for hours, then come back, rinse it out, and top it with a leave-in conditioner, an oil, and a cream. So I'll come back and use the Carol's Daughter or something, depending on if I'm going for that curly, I don't care look. Then I'll use that curl cleansing hair milk, and then put the olive oil while it's wet and the double buttercream. Like, swirl all that up, throw my hair in that pineapple at the top of my head. I'm good. Then go on, let it completely air dry, and love it. So those are the products that I frequent. So you can see, you could call me a product junkie. I don't know. I have at least like 30, 40, 50 hair products. And so I'm definitely gonna do like a video on what I will repurchase and what I want, like product empties and stuff like that, so you guys could just see the whole truth, like everything. But in the hair Q&A video, I show you like the styling tools I use, like what combs, what brushes, what everything. So definitely check that out. That's great resource. Okay, so the next question is, am I single? Am I dating? What's up? Okay, so yes, I am. Actually, I am single right now. I guess you could say I'm single. I'm heavily involved with myself. How about that? I'm open to dating, but I'm not open to just dating anyone. Like, I don't need to go on the date and stuff like that. That's just not what I'm interested in right now. I'm not interested in random dating. I'm interested in focused dating. So like, if we make it off the phone, that's great, and then let's go on a date and really get serious and enjoy each other's company. If not, okay, cool. And you know, that's where I'm at with that. I do have several videos on like things I go through dating and online and in real life, so definitely check that video out. It's good. I have dating tip videos, and it's just my experiences. I have way more knowledge and experience on dating than I ever cared to have. And so a lot of these videos are like Atlanta specific about my dating experiences. So yeah, that's what's going on for now. I am, reviewing applications and, definitely honing in on someone special. Okay. Cool. Okay. It says, would I like to have children in the future? Um, am I open to expanding my family? What are my views? That's very interesting. Okay, guys. Yes, I actually am open to having more children and I am open to expanding my family, and that will have to come with husband. Okay, so I can do none of this stuff without husband. Not fiance, not boyfriend I live with, none of that. It has to be husband. So definitely am open to being blessed with all of that. Fast forward, I'm married, right? Cool. Having twins and even triplets would be amazing to me. I would love to do that, to have one last pregnancy and just get all the 2, 3 children out the way. That would be great for me, honestly. So, that would be a dream come true. I would be open to having 2 more pregnancies if I did not get my twins or my triplets on the next time. Just because I've had the one child by herself, and I don't want any more babies growing up by themselves. I would love to have, them have their sibling and, their running mate and blah, blah, blah. So, yes, guys, I am definitely open to expanding my family. Um, so it's asking me about tips on technology for visually impaired and any advice I have for persons with visual impairment, whether newly acquired or living with visual impairment for quite a number of years. Okay, so this is the answer to that question. I definitely will say that technology is your friend, and it's very important for you to acquire those skills, because this is how you're going to be able to live in this visual world and maintain a level of independence and have enjoyment in your life, have a more enriching and connected relationship with your family and friends, and just have a more enriching quality of life. So definitely technology is key for you. Apple is a amazing vendor of accessibility features and tools. They have an entire website, which is appleviz.com. I'm going to make sure to put that in the description box below. So definitely look for AppleViz, VIS.com. It gives you all the best compatibility features as far as like settings. If you're using Apple devices, of course this is Apple specific conversation, so it's going to tell you what iPhone they're using, what apps they're using to do, and what features, what level of accessibility they're getting. So if they're using it to recognize colors or people or read documents, and they'll tell you like what kind of document it is, if they're reading their mail, if they're reading typed letters or typed materials, or they're how they send you your health insurance updated this year, and all the information that comes with your health insurance or your medical, your dental insurance, like all these different printed materials. It'll tell you exactly what they're using these apps for and what information they're getting from it, how good it was, how frustrating it was. They'll tell you if they're using it to help read their money or distinguish if lights are on or off, or how they're using it to provide caption information while they're trying to watch television or use an app on the television, or how they're able to figure out whether their dogs need to be fed or if there's poop on the floor. Like, I'm talking about these. Appleviz.com tells you so much information on how and what phone or iPad, whatever contraption, down to the Apple Watch. I mean, if it's Apple, they're gonna give you feedback on what the experience was, and these These guys on here are super tech savvy. Some of them are just everyday. Whatever level information you need, they have it. So definitely, as you can see, I'm very much into Apple. Now, if you're PC hardcore, PC driven like I was when I first started, then you'll want to have desktop computer. I was real HP. I'm still extremely HP heavy. And so I will use JAWS, Job Access with Speech. You have to go to freedomscientific.com. And what you'll do is download that software. It's not cheap. So if you do have a rehabilitation counselor, you can ask that counselor to provide that to you and the training with that, because you will need to be trained on how to use JAWS. But if you're PC heavy, if you're using an Android, God bless you with that, especially if you have no vision. Because like Samsung Galaxy has a feature called TalkBack. I imagine that TalkBack has advanced tremendously in the last 5 years, because that's like the last time I was using Samsung and using TalkBack, but you still had to have a level of vision in order to use TalkBack. It was really like a feature for persons with vision, just to give them some hands-free options while they're driving, for safety. And then just, if you're having a little eye fatigue and you don't want to read it all, then you could use TalkBack to a degree, but it was nowhere near the level of voiceover. There were just too many gray areas with TalkBack where you still needed a competent visual field in order to be successful. So if you are a person with low vision, but you have a great visual field, a good usable visual field, then you can keep your Android and continue using those features. But I would say preserve the vision, minimize the amount of eye strain at all costs, and just come on over to Apple and use VoiceOver. Another thing I would say is still exercising your eyes. Your eye is a muscle. Eyes are muscles, and they need to be worked. They're designed to work. And so lots of times persons with visual impairment stop using their eyes. Lots of times they will close their eyes altogether, just because the eye movement and trying to focus and trying to be pleasant. Just lots of reasons why a person will no longer open their eyes with visual impairment. But it's very important that you still do eye exercises. So I'm going to do a video on things that are important to maintain healthy eye function. So be looking for that. But it's really important to do, and you can search here on YouTube eye exercises that are good for maintaining healthy eye function, that can help increase your visual field, help clear up foggy vision, obscure vision, these blurry areas, things that you can do to help sharpen the vision. There's just a lot of great eye exercises, and period, when you have visual impairment, it's just very good to still rotate your eyes from left to right, around in a circle, clockwise, back around counterclockwise. Then you could use you can make a central point and then continue to manipulate the eye around the clock. So you'd go from 12 straight up to back to the center, then to the 1 p.m. and then back to the center, and then to the 2 p.m. and back to the center, and the 3 p.m. dial, and then back to the center, the 4 p.m. And you just continue that process all the way till you get back to 12. It's very important to move the eye, exercise the eye, and keep as much circulation, blood flow to the eyes as possible, just to minimize more eye problems, and to keep the sclera white, to keep your pupils functioning as best as possible. You still want to keep your eye color. You want to minimize as much drama as possible, because the eye drops that they give us, they already cause you other problems. And so, keep keep yourself as strong as possible and knowledgeable. I do say take things and eat things that support strong, healthy eyes. Eating the carrots, taking the vitamin A. Taking the vitamin A as an apple, drinking the carrot juice, taking things like Eye Bright, bilberry, detoxing as much as possible. Just do everything you can to support healthy eye function and to keep that circulation flowing as much as possible. Okay, guys. So yeah, this is part 1 of my first Q&A, and you see why I break it up, because my answers are really long and well in depth, and I have not mastered the whole let me just say one little thing. I haven't got that part down yet, guys. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed my Q&A. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Leave any questions you'd like for me to answer in part 2. Because there will be a part 2 and a part 3 and a part 4. I think I'm going to go on and do 5 parts on my Q&A, because people want to know. A really popular question is, what do I do for a living? I'm going to do that video separately. It's actually going to be my next upload, because that question is really, really long. And it's definitely over 12 minutes on its own, and it's very interesting video, so I'm gonna make that its own video. It's highly requested and it deserves its own time. Okay, guys, well, I will see you guys very soon, as in the next one.
Speech off. Face near. Stop record.